everyone. Happy holidays to you all. My name is Jordan Riddick. We'll be going through a 1-hour Hatha meditation class today on Christmas Eve. We'll need a couple props. You'll need a couple foam blocks, a strap, and a chip foam block if you have it handy, as well as a bolster or a rolled up blanket or a couch pillow or something that you can place under your back that kind of looks like a bit of a long sphere-ish shape, give or take. Just allows for some support underneath the back in a supine position, lying on the back position. We'll get started and seated after you grab everything that you may need. And of course, get creative with your props, or if you don't have any props, no need to worry. You can always modify, skip, or create your own posture or move into your own favorite pose when we come to those postures that may need a prop or two. Coming into a good seat. And just take a second to allow for the body to rock from one side to the other and just really widen the sit bones. So that might look like grabbing the inseam of your pants, pulling it down towards the earth, and the outseam of the pants up and out. It just allows for the sit bones to widen, and we'll close our eyes. Bring some focus into the breath. And keep the hands on the knees. You can slide them back to about mid-thigh. This just allows for the shoulders to really come onto the back and the chest to open just a little bit more. Feeling into the points of contact you have with the ground. As you draw a breath in, drawing support from the earth up through the spine, creating a nice long spine, the crown of the head up to the sky. And as you exhale, resting into that support underneath you, softening the shoulders, softening the face. And just bring some focus to where the breath is entering and exiting the body. Maybe you feel it most at the bottom of the nostrils or the top of the nostrils. Maybe you can feel the air flutter over the lip as you exhale or escape through the parted lips. However you choose to be with the breath in this moment right now. As this time of year tends to be quite busy for many people, just really allow yourself this time, this hour, to be present with your breath and present with your body. And we'll lengthen our breath together, so inhaling for the count of 4. And exhale for the count of 4. Inhale for the count of 4. Exhale for the count of 5. Inhale for the count of 4. Exhale for the count of 6. Inhaling for the count of 4. And exhale for the count of 7. Continuing with this 4 and 7 count, this lengthened exhale, giving yourself permission to adjust the count as needed. Maybe you'd like to inhale for the count of 5 and exhale for the count of 8 or 9, or something else. And of course, if this breath is not feeling good in the body, just returning to something that feels good for you. Taking this time again to really be present with what it is that you need in this moment for yourself. Dedicating this hour to be here for you. As you sit here with your breath, I welcome you to bring forth something that brings you joy. You can visualize this in your mind's eye or just repeat it in your mind. Maybe it's an activity, a sport, someone you know, your favorite food, a place you visited, anything that brings you joy. And just notice how the sensation of joy feels for you. And just allow it to be in your center, wherever your center is. And we'll start with a few cat-cows, just inhaling, allowing for the chest and the heart to come forward, the gaze come up, the throat pulls back, shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, pushing out through the shoulder blades to the back of the room. If you're up on a prop and you'd like to move it, of course, feel free to do so. And as we move through class today, again, take the time to really adjust into the postures for your body. As long as you're safe, you can go in deeper into poses if you have that in your practice. You can skip poses entirely. If there's something that you really feel like doing, feel free to just go ahead and do that for you. Good. And as we move with these cows, as you come forward, just allow for the jaw to open as your gaze comes up to the sky. And just as you round the spine, just keeping the jaw loose, teeth spread apart, and then open wide as you come forward. Exhale, we can hold a lot of tension in our necks and our jaws through this season, through a busy work week, too many things. And coming back through center. We'll take the right hand out and just walk it on the earth away from the body, keeping the torso nice and straight. Once you feel that the hand is far enough away from you, just see if you can bring the shoulders onto the back and lift the heart forwards. From here, we'll take the left ear to the left shoulder. And just as far as feels comfortable for you, if you're feeling any pinching or tingling in the arm, you can just walk the hand closer to the body. Again, dropping into that lengthened breath, allowing for the inhale to lift the heart to the sky. The exhale to soften into the sensation, allowing for that stretch to be felt and be present with. And welcome a little smile to the face. Notice any changes in sensation here. Good, coming back through center. We'll walk that hand back in. Just take the shoulders up and back, making some circles here. And go the other way. Good. We'll take the left hand out, walking it as far away from the body as feels comfortable, shoulders on the back. When you find that space that feels good, take an easy breath in as we inhale, exhale, take the right ear towards the right shoulder, and breathe. Maybe your eyes are closed here, you have a soft gaze down at the earth. And when you're ready, welcoming in that little smile to the face. Noticing how that may change sensation in the physical body, in the energy body, in the emotion body. Good. When you're ready, come back through center with the neck. Walk the hands through center. Good. And bring the feet out wide to the left and right side of the mat. Toes flex towards the knees. Bring the shoulders onto the back so you can bring them out to the ears, round onto the back, and then away from the ears. The spine is nice and erect. We're holding some strength in the muscles in the back here. And just breathe in here. Maybe you bring your hands behind your body and just slide the hips forward. Again, the shoulders are still in the back. We'll just lift the hands up and hold them in front of the body, palms face down. Breathe in here. Softening the jaw, softening the face. And hold here for a few rounds of breath. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you can bring the hands to the earth. Arms can stay straight, hands out in front of you. Maybe you want to bend into the elbows and place the elbows down onto a block or a bolster or to the earth. Wherever it is that you're landing today, bring that focus back onto the breath. Seeing if you can lengthen the exhale. As you inhale, you're filling the belly and the ribs, the chest. And as you exhale, with that lengthened exhale, we soften into the body. This lengthened exhale allows for us to drop into our rest and digest nervous system. And as we drop into the parasympathetic nervous system, we allow for the body to relax as well. So these nice long exhales allow for us to release some tension in the physical body as well. And the longer you breathe in this pose, the more you may be able to soften into it. Be here for 5 more breaths. Finishing off your last breath, slowly bring your hands back towards the body, straightening the spine up to the sky. Good, bring the right foot all the way into the left thigh. We'll just allow for the torso, the chest to turn over to face that extended left foot. Good, from here, take a nice deep breath in as we lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, you can walk your hands down either side of the leg, grab onto either the pant leg or maybe you can grab onto the toes here. If you have a strap and you'd like to use a strap, feel free to loop the strap around your foot. You can hold either side in your hands. And again, just bringing your breath back into your focus. The inhale is creating some space in the body. The exhale is softening the body into the space you've created, softening the tension with the exhales. And if you have a hold of your toes, maybe you can crisscross your wrists and grab onto the opposite side of the foot with the hands. And we'll be here for 5 breaths, just coming to just before your edge, and then allowing for the exhale to soften you into the posture just a little bit more. Good. 2 more nice breaths. And releasing the grasp on your feet, releasing the strap, and just walk your body up slowly but surely. Good. Coming all the way to a straight spine, up to the sky. Good. We'll take the right hand out and just roll onto the right knee as you bring your left toes to the earth. Taking the right hand behind your shoulders, come on the back, and then just take your left hand straight up to the sky. Send your hips forward. Good, take a nice deep breath here. As you exhale, stretch that left hand over the crown of the head, reaching over the crown of the head. Fingers towards the earth, pinkies towards the earth, thumbs up to the sky. And as you take a nice deep breath in, exhale, send your hips a little bit more forward. And breathe. One more nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the seat back down to the earth. Hand can come above you and then back down to the lap. Toes of the left side come back up to the air. Good. And from here, we'll take our body straight. So the torso is facing forward. Take a nice deep breath in as you lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, we'll bring the left hand down towards the left toes. Good. Take your right hand onto the left rib cage. Inhale, lift the rib cage away from the thigh. As you exhale, maybe you can soften into that space a little bit more. You can grab onto your toes or to your strap or to your pant leg or wherever it is you've landed. And maybe you just want to stay here and breathe, and that's great. If you'd like to bring your right hand to the hip, you could do so. You can bring the right hand up overhead. And if you'd like to go a little bit farther, you can just extend the right hand towards the left hand, shoulders on the back, gaze up to the sky. And again, allow for your breath. Nice deep breath into space, the rib cage. And as you exhale, softening into the space you've created, softening into the pose. Maybe you can grab onto your toes with the right hand. Maybe you'd like to bend your right elbow and place the hand at the back of the neck. And you can just push the neck into the hand, elbow pointing straight above the crown of the head, and breathe in here. If you have your lower arm, you can rest it onto your shin. You can bring a block to the inside of your shin and rest your arm onto the block, or you can rest your arm all the way down onto the earth if you can make it that far. And breathe. Take a nice deep breath in. Releasing the back of the head. If you've got the back of the head, then we'll bring that hand up to the sky, back to the hip, and slowly come all the way up to straight. Good. From here, just taking your hands back, your feet wide, your knees towards each other. Just take a couple windshield wipers with the legs. And looking back through center, we'll just allow for the left foot to come to the inside of the right thigh this time. Right toes are straight out, the right toes are flexed towards the body. Good. From here, we'll take a nice deep breath in as we lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist so that the chest is facing towards that extended leg. And we'll take another deep breath in as we create some space in the body. Inhaling. Exhale, walk the hands down either side of that leg, grabbing onto again your ankle, the pant leg, maybe you grab onto your toes, maybe you have a strap here.
Coming just to before your edge. And then allowing the breath to soften you into this posture. So bringing in that lengthened exhale again. Nice full breath. 3 more deep breaths here. Good, and after your final breath, just allow for the hands to walk up the leg, coming back through to center. We'll take the left hand out to behind the body and rock the weight onto the left knee. You can bring your hand to the earth if that helps you. Coming all the way up, lifting the hips up. The right toes come down to the earth. Lift the right hand up to the sky. And when you're ready, you can send the hips forward, shoulders on the back, and then allow for that hand to extend over the top of the head, pinkies towards the earth, thumbs towards the sky, and breathing here. Nice deep breath in, send the hips forward. And when you're ready, lowering your seat back down to the earth, hands can come up the way that they came, back to the hips. Good, and we'll sit back down. Great. From here, torso's facing forward, toes flexed on the right foot. Take a nice deep breath in as we lengthen through the spine. Exhale, walk the right hand down the leg, grabbing onto the toes. Or grabbing onto your strap, or your pat leg, whichever you've got a hold of. And take your left hand to the inside of the ribs on the right side. Inhale, lift the ribs up and away from the sides, creating space. Exhale, softening into that space you've created. And maybe here's good, maybe this is where you'd like to stay and just breathe here. Maybe you'd like to bring that left hand up to the sky in a nice big circle up overhead and reach it overhead towards that extended foot. Shoulders are on the back, so we pull the shoulders back, the gaze comes up towards the top left corner of the room. And maybe you can grab onto your toe, or maybe you'd like to bring that hand to the back of the neck and bending into the left elbow. So placing the elbow, placing the head into the back of the hand, pushing the head back. Elbow is pointing straight over the crown of the head, and we're just breathing here. Maybe your lower forearm rests on the shin. Maybe it rests on the earth, on the inside of the calf, and you can grab onto your big toe. Maybe you have your chip foam block on the inside of your leg and you're just resting it there. Breathe in here. Nice full breath. Allowing for the exhale to soften you into the posture. Two more nice full breaths. And when you're ready, you can bring that hand back up to the sky and back down to the hip. Walk your hand back up the leg and back to a straight spine. Good. We'll bring the legs into a cross. Just allow for the cross to be into a comfortable position. We'll do a few cat-cows when we arrive. Inhale and bring the chest forward. Gaze comes up. And exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Just noticing any difference in the body, any sensations. Good. Good. And take the feet out to either side, and or out to one side, and just come to hands and knees, bringing the knees underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders, and just do a few cat-cows here when you arrive. Good. You're ready to come into down dog. So that might look like bringing your hands a little bit forward to you. It might look like spreading the feet just a little bit wider. And just know that you can adjust for your own body here, listening to your body. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, we'll just lift the knees and just hover the knees here. We'll hold with the knees hovered just like a few inches. Veer for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, allow the head to come down in between the biceps, the knees to stay bent. We'll just take a second to take an internal rotation of the thighs. It's the same thing we did in our good seat where we take the inseam of our pants down, outseam of our pants up and out, widening the sit bones. And then when you're ready, shoulders are on the back. And just allow for the knees to slowly straighten the heels to come towards the earth. You can shift the weight from left to right and walk the dog a little bit here. Just taking a second to come into your posture, adjusting as you need. And when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in as you lift the hips away from the rib cage. Exhale, soften the heart and head towards the thighs. And towards the earth. Breathing here. Good, we'll shift the weight to the left foot, kick the right foot straight into the air. Exhale, draw the knee towards the chest, and we'll step it through to the top of the mat. From here, if you'd like to grab onto something to pad your back knee, feel free to do so. Front knee's over top of that front ankle, back knee is down on the earth. If you don't have something to pad it with, you can just lift the knee, and there's a floating part, your patella of your knee. If you slide that back, there's a fatty pocket of tissue above the kneecap. And you can slide and hook that down there. Or you can fold your mat lengthways in half, and that allows for some extra padding as well. Pull the thighs towards each other. And just allow for your right sit bone to tuck under. An external rotation as the back leg internally rotates. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. You can have your hands at heart center. You can have your hands at your knee. And if you'd like, you can always have your hands on either side on a block if that feels good for you. And we're just breathing here, allowing for the right leg to tuck under. An external rotation of the front thigh, an internal rotation of the back thigh, and then hug the hips towards one another. We're breathing here. Taking a second to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale fully. Just give yourself a second to scan the body, softening the face, softening the shoulders, and softening into the hips. Good. We'll allow the hands to come down to the mat. You can bring the right hand to the inside of the front foot. We'll just take the hands out to the left side of the mat, almost as though we're coming into child's pose with our arms out to the left. And just allow for the heart and head to hang to the earth. If you'd like to bring a chip foam block for under your forearms here, you can. And just breathe. 2 more, nice full breath. Good, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands back towards the body, and we'll walk them back to center. Take the right foot out, heel and toe it out towards the right. Good. From here, we'll take the left hand out towards the left side. The fingers can externally rotate off of the mat. So the fingers can be off the mat and the palm stays on the mat for grip. Take a nice deep breath in as we lengthen through the spine. Exhale, coming into a twist. You can bring the right hand to the right knee and twist here. You can keep your toes in flexion, so that just means bringing the big toes up towards the shin. This just allows for that flexion to come into the ankle, keeping the knee and the ankle straight in alignment and safe. Your gaze can go up to the sky. We'll just breathe here for 5. 4, if you'd like to bring your knee and your ankle out towards the right side, you can, just keeping those toes flexed, keeping the ankle and knee in alignment. So not bending or rolling into your ankle. 3, 2, and 1. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the earth. We'll walk that foot back in through center. We'll come into half Hanuman, so hands come to either side of that front foot. Maybe you grab onto your foam blocks here. And then just walk your hands back as you bring the front foot to straight, the back knee into a bend, the sit bones towards the back heel. And again, here you can play with your blocks, bringing them to a higher setting, which will allow for you to get your shoulders onto your back, keeping your spine nice and long, if that's what you choose. And just take a second to point your toes down to the earth and bring them back up towards the shin. You can gas pedal with the big toe down to the earth and come back up. Gas pedal with the little toe and come back up. Good. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can draw the right hip back towards the back of the mat. Bring the left hip forwards. And then from here, just breathing into the body. Dropping back into that lengthened exhale. And allowing for the body to slowly come down towards the earth a little bit more, maybe by bringing a smaller setting on the block, a shorter setting on the block. Keeping the spine nice and long. Shoulders on the back. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, you can allow for the knee to come down, or the head to come down towards the knee, rounding the spine, and just notice how that changes the tension through the pose. And if this is how you'd like to stay, you can, or you can always bring the heart back forward, the shoulders back onto the back, and lengthening that spine again. Just finding what works for you through your own practice. And take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, we'll bring the toes back down to the earth. We'll walk the blocks and the hands back up to either side of the front foot. Tuck the back toes, we'll lift the back knee. Good. From here, take a half step in towards the front leg. And then when you're ready, bring the hands to the left and right side of the top of the mat. Maybe you have them on the blocks and you'd like to use the blocks as we come into Warrior 3. Hands are on the top 2 corners of the mat, shoulders on the back. We'll take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, push down into the front heel as you kick the back heel up. Breathing here, heart comes towards the earth, head hangs. Back heel lifts as high as you can. We're pushing down through the foot into the earth. We'll be here for 5, 4, lifting that back foot a little bit higher, 3, 2, and then 1. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bend that back leg and place the foot down to meet the front foot. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Taking your time, slowly but surely, you can bend into your knees and just come up vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing the hands to hang. Neck and head come up last. Taking your time. As you arrive at the top, we'll do some shoulder rolls backwards and some shoulder rolls frontwards. Good. Inhaling the hands out wide up overhead. Grab onto the left wrist with the right hand. Take a nice deep breath in as we lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale, bring the left hand over to the right, coming into a candy cane-like shape. Breathe in here. Exhaling back through center. Switching wrist, coming to the other side. Inhale, leg as we reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, over to the other side. Good, back up through center. Hands come down through heart center. We'll bring the hands to Tadasana, palms facing forward, shoulders on the back, feet underneath the hips, and just take a second to rock from side to side, lifting the heels, and then come to stillness. Take a few rounds of breath as you feel into your feet on the earth and feeling the difference between the right and left side body. Dropping into this present moment right now. Thank yourself for showing up to your practice today, for dedicating some time in this busy season to your mind, your body, your soul. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale fully. Inhaling, hands out wide, up overhead. Palms come to touch. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Place the hands down onto the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands all the way down to the earth. Step back down dog. Again, taking a few rounds of breath here to notice the sensation in the body, noticing the difference from right and left. Taking inhale as you lift the hips away from the rib cage. Exhale, heart towards the thighs. And breathe. Shifting the weight to the right foot this time. Kick the left foot into the air. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Step the foot in between the hands at the front of the mat. Patting your back knee as you need to. Arriving in this low lunge. Hug the thighs towards each other. When you feel stable and ready, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale fully and inhale your heart up towards straight. You can bring your hands above your head. You can bring them to heart center. You can have them on your knees or at a bolster, whichever works for you. And we're going to just bring the external rotation into that front leg. So the inseam of our pants comes up as we tuck our sit bones under. And the back leg has an internal rotation as we allow for that sit bone to widen and the inseam of our pants to come back. Good. Wherever you've chosen to land with the arms, just take a second to scan the body. Softening the jaw, softening the face, softening the hips. We'll breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. You can take the right hand to the inside of that the left hand to the inside of the left foot. We'll walk the hands out to the right side, coming to that Child's leg pose with the top half of the body. Hands are extended up to the right top corner, and you can just allow for your head and your heart to soften here. And bring the focus back onto the breath. Allowing for each exhale to soften the body more into the posture. 3 more nice full breaths here. And as you exhale, walk the hands back towards the body. We'll bring the hands to the inside of that left foot and heel toe the left foot out to the left side of the mat. Right hand comes out to the right. I like to put my palm on the earth, my fingers off of the mat. This just allows for a little bit of extra padding. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring the left hand to the left knee and twist here. Pushing down with the hand to the knee, you can look over the back shoulder and breathe. Keeping the knee over top of the ankle. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can flex the toes up towards the shin and take the knee and the ankle out in alignment to the left side. Two more nice full breath. When you're ready, bring the knee back over top of the ankle, toes back to the earth, hands down to the earth. Heel toe that foot back through center. And grab onto your blocks if you need, or walk your hands back, straightening the front leg, bringing the sit bones to the back of the mat, to that back heel. Toes flex up to the sky, and again, just at any height that feels good for you on your chip foam blocks, your foam blocks. Shoulders on the back, nice long spine. Breathe in here. You can bring the toes down to the earth and back up to the shin. Gas pedal with the big toe and back through center. And gas pedal with the baby toe and back up through center. If you like to go a little bit deeper, just pull that left hip back, right hip forward, and soften. Again, using your breath to allow for you to soften a little bit more into the posture. You can adjust your props as needed. And breathe here. Good, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bring the toes to the earth, bend to that front leg. Walk the hands up to the frame of the foot. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and hop that foot about a half step forward in. Blocks come to the top 2 corners of the mat, or your hands come down to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, push down to the left heel into the earth and kick the right heel up to the sky. Shoulders are on the back with long spine. And just allow for that back heel to really lift. Breathing here fully. Be it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bring the knee into a bend. You can step that foot to meet the other foot, coming into forward fold. Good, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale fully. Good, we'll inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands down onto the mat. Step back, down dog. Good, from here, bring your knees down to the earth. We'll take the knees wide to the left and right side, and toes untuck, heels towards one another. Just send the hips back. Hands come straight out overhead, child's pose. Breathing here, allow for your head to just soften to the earth. Maybe your forehead rests on the ground. You can rock it back and forth, massaging your third eye. Just breathe. Feeling into the support underneath you. Taking a few rounds of breath just to rest. When you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, fully walk the hands back towards the body. And just come to seated, grabbing a hold of your bolster or your blanket or something that you can have underneath the spine. We'll come into a supported heart bed. That may look a little bit different for everybody depending on what they have. If you do have a bolster, you can come all the way down, just sliding your pelvis to the bolster and then come all the way down over top of it. If you'd like to be a little bit higher, you can place your foam block underneath the block itself at any setting that feels good for you. If you don't have a block and you're using something else, or you just have your foam blocks and you want to use those, you can take the one foam block and lay it lengthwise on the spine, and then use the other foam block to prop up the back of your skull. So just allowing for that to come to the top of your hips and lowering yourself down, making sure that you're comfortable, and then just take the longer setting block at the bottom of the occipital bone, just along the back of the skull, and then allow for the hands to come down to either side of the body, palms face up to the sky. So whatever modification you've landed in, just taking a second to adjust so you're a little bit more comfortable. You can have your feet straight out, you can have them in butterfly, you can have them crossed, whatever feels good for you. We'll do a joy meditation in this posture. And of course, if you don't have any of this stuff and you just would like to come down to Shavasana, feel free to do that as well. Again, making this practice your own. If you want to grab a blanket or your socks or something for your eyes, feel free to do so. And relaxing your shoulders, softening your eyes or taking them into closed. Soften your belly, your thighs, your shoulders. And allowing for your neck and head to be supported and to soften. And feel into the connection between your hips, your legs, and any other part of the body into the earth. As you breathe gently in and out through the nose, Allow yourself to get further settled into your posture. And with this rooting down through the connection with the earth. Notice the energy you receive back from Mother Earth, from the ground underneath you. Feel how your connection to the support underneath you helps you feel awake, alive. Maybe it helps you feel tall, depending in your posture. Maybe it helps you feel held, supported, cozy, or something else. Remain connected to the body and the breath, aware of the body and the breath. And feel how the body seemingly breathes itself. Notice into the wonder of the rise and fall of your chest. The wonder of the continual movement of breath. And soften into a deep feeling of gratitude for the body itself and for your breath. Sense your heart opening to the miracle that is your body. Recognize all the wonderful ways in which it functions. Recognize all the amazing ways in which it functions, in which it allows you to connect with your world. Feel your heart open to the miracle that is your breath. And conjure up a heartfelt gratitude as you delve into the present moment's awareness. And recognize how precious and how extraordinary your breath and your body truly are. Feel your body softening and opening into this awareness. Feel all tension release from your forehead, your shoulders, your belly, your thighs. And then intentionally, ever so slightly, turn up the corners of your mouth. Notice how the body reacts to this subtle smile, and turn towards that sensation. Label that sensation as happiness, as joy, or as bliss, and sit with it. Hold your subtle inner smile and explore. Notice what arises. Notice too that this sensation of joy is available to you right here, right now. Doing something as simple as sitting still, watching and noticing. Right here and right now. The more you can be present, the more you can feel yourself. The more you can free yourself from thinking about what's to come next. The more you can free yourself from ruminating on what has already happened, the more you are available to notice this joy. Notice that joy doesn't so much arise, but joy is revealed. Joy is most available to you when you are available to be nowhere other than right here, right now. Rest your whole body in this state of joy and identify with this bliss as who you really are. This happiness, this joy, this bliss is what remains when you drop all your superficial thinking and doing. It's what remains when you're nowhere other than present, right here. This joy is you. It is your natural state. Recall this sensation and remember that this joy, as you, is available to you at any time. Anytime you'd like to come back to this feeling, all you need to do is stop what you're doing and notice. So right here, acknowledge the ease, the spaciousness. Acknowledge the gratitude and awe. Acknowledge your inner smile and the sensation of joy. Get to know joy in the moment and promise to remember joy. To turn towards joy and to notice who it is that you truly are, even as you return to your day. And staying with this joy for as long as feels comfortable for you. Thank you all for joining me for this practice today. My name is Jordan Riddick. Happy holidays to you all and much love and blessings to you in the new year. Thank you, thank you, thank you.